Hello, everyone, and welcome to NEXUS Esports Valorant Upper Bracket Finals. So right now, we are looking at a game that some of you may know of, some of you may not know and not updated, but will get you up to speed. So we've had a brutal matchup so far, 8 teams, double elimination format, and right now, the upper bracket finals. We are looking at TAF versus ONG, Takihen Friends versus Oyen Ganas. Now, these two teams have been going at it for quite a while. You know, just getting it off against each other. But all in all, today we'll see their match. Now, joined with me today is my friend.
My name is Amir Audi, and I will be doing the play-by-play for most of the time. And over here we have
Saiful, the president of Griffin, but also casting for today's game. Now, we have a best of 3, and we can see that for now, the first map will be Ascent. Right, and then Lotus for the second game, and if we're lucky, we'll get into the third map, which is Haven.
If we're lucky, huh?
If we're lucky. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So, anyways, right now, we are waiting on the teams. Will the games be starting? So for now, let's just review some of the games so far. Like I said, both teams are in the upper bracket finals. Both teams has never lost a match thus far, and whoever wins will proceed to the grand final, and whoever loses will go on to, as you can see down here, the next match will be against the current winners of the lower bracket, SLTX. Like, they've only lost once so far. And you can look at our Instagram page to look at the progress of the games.
What is the Instagram page, by the way?
The Instagram page is at UTP Griffin Esports. So be sure to check it out. Find it. I think we'll have the link down in the description as well. So be sure to visit.
So you said that both of the teams were undefeated thus far?
At the moment, yeah.
At the moment. Wow, this is interesting. And undefeatable versus undefeatable.
So basically, we'll be looking at an unstoppable
Force against an like immovable object.
Yeah, we'll see who wins and who loses. Now, as we can see, we're looking at the first map. We're starting at the moment. Already looking at some very generic picks on the map Ascent. Now, the meta has generally changed, but especially with the introduction of like new maps like Sunset.
Oh,
and
please
whatnot.
do explain, because I haven't played this game in a pretty long time.
Yeah,
so
but
explain what the meta is right now.
I mean, in general, like in Ascent, there's not much change because the map itself has never received any updates since its release. It's one of the more, I would say, concrete and solid maps in all of the games. So in general, we will be looking at some pretty standard picks. We see Sova and also Killjoy, both very solid agents on this map. Sova having a lot of lineups since the beginning of Valorant in the alpha release. Then we also have Killjoy, having a lot of
Select your
influence on this map.
agent.
But we will see how he plays.
Oh, we're back to R now. Hello.
Okay, so it's back to us. Okay, so what are your thoughts on at the very least on the map Ascent? I know you said you haven't played it in a while.
Yeah, I haven't
but
played it in a while.
What is it? Okay, let's use you as a time capsule. What do you think of the map Ascent? At the very least when you were playing it back then.
Well, obviously, it's a classic. It comes up a lot of times, especially when it comes to a lot of the, what did it say here, Sentinel plays. There's a lot of, I already forgot what it's called. You can really tell like my
choke
age when
points.
it comes to this.
All right. I mean, in general, the map Ascent has quite a number of choke points. Like they're very classic. We have A main.
Yeah, you got A main. You also got mid at the marketplace over there, and then you also have like B main. There's a lot of choke points that Sentinels can play with. What else? And also a lot of places for walls. Like I'm a Sage main, so there's a bunch of walls that you can place down to basically take a hold of those choke points.
Yeah, being one of the more older maps, we have like basically people have already explored a lot of possibilities. Even when like a year ago, people started using Grim walls and whatnot, and nowadays those walls are just like everywhere.
Yeah, and now those are like the standard.
Yeah, I mean they're not as overused as before, like when it was first introduced, but we still have some people who are just very good at using those really off-angle siege walls and whatnot.
Yeah, but I think like those things are pretty much to be expected now. Like even if you see a sage wall at like the B main boxes, like nowadays if you hear a wall around the area and you don't see it, you obviously know where it is.
Yeah. But the thing is, something that the introduction with an agent like Deadlock.
Oh, Deadlock.
I would say that it's a very nice addition because unlike Cypher Trips or Killjoy Alarm Bots, so those traditional ones, this one is activated by audio, and of course it's not great to be used as flank counter, but it's still very good, very solid to be used in the defensive scenario because everyone's usually rushing in like in a map like Ascent. There is this, I would say, confidence in striking hard, like
Oh,
going
really?
fast. And someone like Deadlock, I think, is a very good addition to the roster to allow for more control by the defending team.
But it's quite unfortunate for this game because we don't see any of the teams pick Deadlock.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, I think we both saw.
And especially for me, I haven't seen Deadlock play before, believe it or not. So I'm kind of disappointed. Here we see the game starting with Astra putting down some of her orbs. Seems that putting down at A main and also B main, ready to hold down those choke points as we talked about before.
Well, we haven't actually talked about like the agent selections so far from both teams. We are seeing currently, as we know, some Killjoy. I think on both teams. Can we
Yep,
look
there's
at the
Killjoy in both
scoreboard?
teams.
If I may request for the scoreboard.
Scoreboard.
Can I request for a scoreboard? Want to see look at the scoreboard right now for both teams. The agents selected. Oh, never mind.
We
It
don't
seems
have time for that.
The round is started.
Round started with Silver Bolt, checking out and reconning for anybody in main
Yeah.
in middle. Sorry.
Yeah, it seems mid has always been a very important choke point in a map like Ascent. Already 2-man down.
Yep, there goes Aim Mentor.
Aimanator.
I
And
can't say that
seems
name.
like it's going to be a mid to A. And the B players aren't really aware. Sovadar's already
It seems that
coming
the
in.
attacking team has already taken over A site.
Looks like a very fast progression, and Reyna is actually hidden. Oh, misses some shot, both reloading, and Mir takes out Psycho.
Thought she's down.
Now I'm not him taking out Reyna, getting traded by Stupid Boy Femto coming in.
Killing
Oh, kill.
Yesu. GS Kurama killing down Femto.
And that is it, defusing the spike. Jens taking out Sumpit Boy while his teammate going in for the defuse.
Come on, quicker than I expected. And what happened that round?
I would say it was a very nice and strategic approach-ish. I mean, it was pistol rounds, so it had to go a bit slow.
Oh, let's look at the replay over here.
I would say like it was a kind of a nice mid control, splitting up the defensive power to A and B side. Like they were quite isolated, not enough proper rotation, if I may. And once the defending team for A side was taken out,
Don't overthink it.
they just had it
That's
free,
my
just
job.
went in straight.
Let's say the attacking team is going to try and contend
of
for
charges.
mid again, but it seems like they are not. They're going for a B push at the moment, with one Strangler coming in from A site.
Going in with the Bucky play already quite early in the round, and I mean the Bucky is a very powerful weapon
If you know how to use it.
if you know how to use it. But I mean like these are the top contending teams for this tournament, so I mean if he's bringing it out, he must know how to use it.
If he's using a Bucky, I'm guessing he's going to go for a more aggressive plays, either that or trying to play off the off angles. Right now it's going like fairly slowly, trying to move very methodically, inch by inch, looking towards a play that they can do at B site. But Reyna got blocked off by the Astra smoke. It seems that the attacking team is trying to walk over through mid and going to switch to A site.
Already, guess who's taking out Imanator?
Cover going out.
There goes first blood.
The economy advantage.
Spike down A.
PUBG Psycho already getting A side control quite early into the round, planting the spike now on default. Oh, a little whiff. Kurima takes out one person. Another person getting taken out by the crossfire.
Oh, here
And
comes the
Kurima
Bucky. Let's see if we
going
can get the
in.
shot. One shot down, two shots
Oh my
down.
god, Bucky with the 3 kill.
Grenade!
And that's what
That
we mean
is
by
it.
somebody who knows how to use the Bucky.
Exactly.
Those are some major kills we got there by our, let's see here, our OEM player, Kurima. Nice double kill there. Seems that the attacking team is just laying around waiting for time. Waiting for the next round to start. See what kind of plays they're going to do this time. Oh, they're going to go for the full push B site. Seems like so.
Going in to the next round, a B approach, kind of slow. Already seeing some
Scanning
vandals.
ahead.
Oh, it's
In
not
this
that
third
slow. It's
round.
faster than last time. That's for sure. And they're already going all out on B side. There's already a major fight going on. Now, the defending team from A side is rotating quickly over to B side, but they don't have time. The attacking team already has full control of B side. Now it's a complete retake situation.
Kevin already planting the spike, and now kind of in a gun disadvantage scenario. It's going to be difficult for them to retake. ONG will have to try hard to find some good positionings and some picks if they can. Okay, already Gesu picking off the Astra, so it's going to be a bit difficult for retake with no controllers in mind.
Yeah, the defending team is going to really have a hard time over here. They already have a man disadvantage.
Last player standing.
Oh, already another kill. And Mir going in hard, seeing one more, and the Sheriff is not enough to take him out. And now already 3-0 in favor of TAF.
That was a really very, very difficult round for the defending team there, not only because most of the team on B side were already taken out in the first couple of seconds of the round, but also the slow rotations near the middle there. So not only the man disadvantage, but also the slow rotation.
Placing swarm grenade.
Going on to the next round.
Already set up.
Opposite to the last round, now the attacking team is going for a full A push.
This time a full A push. Nade already coming in to clear some angles. Oh, quite a methodical approach.
And Raze is already in.
Femto, the only defending team on site, is now taken out. And Iminator takes out top G. Oh, but it's get traded by Kevin.
Can't even be stopped by that blind.
It was quite the approach. You see very tactical Raze Nade onto Dices and an Omen blind onto Generator. Is able to take control of the site and taking out the only person on site. Now Mir going for the retake. Kevin gets taken out. Kurema goes in for his own kill.
But Kurama got taken down by Gen Z. And Gen Z himself got taken down by Gesu. And Gesu himself got taken down by I'm Not Him. It's just like a one-on-one.
It is very quick, very fast. Now, I think we would be taking a break for a bit, just a short break to fix some technical issues. As you might realize,
Apologies.
the scoreboard isn't quite there. So we will be pausing the game and having some fixes. Alright, and we are back. So sorry for the very short technical break. Just fixing some little issues with the stream. But all is well. Now, we will be going back into the game. All is well. Now, we will be going back in. Now we can see the game. All is well. Going now, we will be now going back in. Now we can see the game. Right. Going now, we will be now going back in. Now we can see the game. Right. Going now, we will be now going back in. Now we can see the game. Right. Going now, we will be now going back in. Now we can see the game. Right. Going now, we will be now going back in. Now we can see the game. Right. Going now, we will be now going back in. Now we can see the game. Right. That was a very good defense. I'm sorry, I guess that was a little bit of technical issue, but now
Last player standing.
Stupid Boy still has a lot to offer, but I am not him is able to take him out.
Man, I don't understand what was going on. So it seems like they were going for a full B push, and then they got the site pretty early on, right?
Yeah, they got it early on, but they forgot to clear back sight.
Oh, they forgot to clear that site. That's why there's the Reyna over there killing 3 people.
Yeah, Reyna was technically what's the word? He was caught in the Killjoy ult. Was caught, but it was too late. They took their sweet time taking in that Reyna was able to take out his gun at the very end.
Right, they were just staying inside main for a long time, giving the defending team the opportunity to reposition, which is a kind of misplay on their part.
I would say so. Like they shouldn't have left Killjoy there to play around. Now we are seeing Oyenganas finally taking in some some leverage onto the games with a little bit better guns thanks to that win. It was a solid thrift round, I would say, by Oyenganas, or rather, it was a mistake by Taki and friends.
But you know what? Reyna on Taki and Friends, nice triple kill, real nice.
Oh, actually, it was the other way around. It was
is
not
it? Oh,
Kevin.
it's not.
It was Mir.
Oh, right,
Oyenganas.
it's the defending team. I'm getting myself confused right now. Apologies, everyone.
Okay, it's okay. It's all right. Now we're going in a slow approach onto mid. Already being spotted by I'm not him.
Got to tap obscuring vision. Begins.
To slow down the approach.
Covering it.
Very
Taking
nice
that back.
smoke.
The defending team already got pushed back from mid, and now the attacking team is already on site.
Yo, Kevin finds one. Oh, finds the second. Oh, technically not. It was just the ult.
Kevin had to pull back for a second there. Where's Mir? He's all the way to playing by himself.
Turret out.
Flank coming in the flash. Out. Can't see Rima gets taken out. Kills by Kevin and Stupid Boy, now reducing the defending team's power in half. 2 versus 4.
This is a precarious situation for the defending team. Already a man down. Or this is the same thing that happened last time. Are they gonna do something different?
One enemy remaining.
The crossfire Mir, last man alive, is whiffing his shot onto Kevin, and Kevin gets the first 4K of the game.
I'm so like,
Can I get
it's like
this?
the same thing is happening over and over again. The attacking team just full push one side, and then they kill everybody on site, and then the defending team didn't have time to rotate, or pretty slow, got pushed back, and that's how Taki and Friends got to win multiple times at this point.
And from my understanding in the approach of this round, we can actually see how the attacking team, in this case Taki and Friends, has a very nice strategy when it comes to approaching a site. Like you have the right man in the right position, using their utility to the fullest in terms of taking over a site. And it's just that Oyenganas doesn't have a proper response to the setup, if I may. And Kurima already finding his first kill onto Animator. Kurima flying in fast. Oh, gets taken out by Mir with the Bucky again, but Kevin trades in, and the plant is coming in as usual. Cycle going fast, finds one. Going on to the very aggressive Omen approach, and gets taken out by Jens. Spike is already down in a 2v2 scenario, and unfortunately I think it was a mistake by Psycho, because now
One enemy remaining.
he actually gets a gun. Now Gen Z very low on HP, but does have a vandal in hand and fights 2 in 1, and Kevin Ara takes out Gen Z.
I don't know what else to say over here. It's just history just keeps on repeating itself. Let's see the replay if we can see anything definitive. Got a kill by Psycho. That's the whole replay that we get.
Right here.
Now, in my opinion, it was
Right
kind of
here.
nice how they were methodically approaching. Mir was able to take out one person, but being the only person on site The issue I would say right now is the positioning of the defenders. They are not positioning themselves well in order to encounter or deny a 5-man execute.
I feel like the defending team should know by now that Oyan really likes to go like multiple players in. Oh, is it switched? Sorry, we didn't know that was switch. Oh, was it Take and Friends? Oh, right, Take and Friends. They really like to like. Oh, was it stack on one side?
Initiated.
Kind of hoping that.
Oh, I like what's happening here. It seems like they're using the Killjoy ult, but as bait, we can see that they're putting the Killjoy ult on B, and the rotation's coming up from the defenders going on to B side. Oh, but Dofty Psycho misses! Oh my god, he clears corners! And now Mir gets his second kill, is able to fall back comfortably, and the attacking side gets taken out by Kevin, but he does a lot of good jobs already. Now Kevin finds 2 kills. It's back to the and Kevin already getting his third kill. We're seeing some network errors, but it's fine now in the 2v3 scenario. Going in slow, I would say on the retake as they're going in methodically, making sure that every corner is cleared. 1 man alive against against the Rays. I think it's Kurema and Kevin. 2 of the more powerful, I would say more influential members of Taki and Friends. Using the blind play, wasting a lot of time. Gens going on to the 1v2. It's going to be very difficult. Oh, the double swing! But Kurema is just better getting the headshot onto Gens.
Gens really tried hard there. I felt kind of bad for him. But what else can he do? He was stuck underneath. He was Oh, and then not only that, the fake Killjoy ult. That was an impressive move, ballsy move, if I had to say. The fake on one side, go to the other.
Yeah, it was very smart of them to do that. I mean, like you said, it's a ballsy move.
But it's an entire ult.
Yeah, it's just one ult, I guess. Like if you look at Taki and Friends, they had, they also have the Omen ult ready for the time being, and the Killjoy ult, you can see on the defending side, everyone already moved ult onto B except for Mir. And I do agree that Psycho was just being a bit reckless, going fast, not clearing corners, and it did allow Mir to find 2 kills for himself.
Yeah, Take and Friends going real hard with psychological warfare.
A lot of strategy. Then with the wall bang. Oh my god, that was quite an impressive wall bang, very targeted.
Take and Friends deciding to go from the defending side onto site.
Yeah, this is a very interesting approach, I would say, going in all the way to defender spawn.
Almost.
Oh, but Mir, of course, Mir.
And Sumpit Boy got his kill.
I would say
by Mir.
Mir does a very good job, I would argue, on defending A side, but he's always left alone. So I mean, like, a man can only do so much when
Last player
and
standing. 1 enemy
You
remaining.
can tell that the person who killed Mir actually got assisted. So his health really got whittled down.
Now in a 1v1 scenario, the spike is down, but Phoenix does have some flash. Imanator might be able.
Oh, looked away at the wrong time.
Gets catch by surprise.
That's quite unfortunate. We had Killjoy hiding, under in hell.
Yeah, was hiding in hell. Doesn't really know.
I feel like that's quite the expected move there.
I mean, in general, from our perspective, it might seem obvious, but if you look at the previous rounds, we've only seen them play defense on A main, and I think that, as you said, it's a psychological warfare. It made Imanator think that the Killjoy is playing A main, but in reality, playing under. Kind of unexpected if you think about it from Imanator's perspective.
Now moving on to the next round. Oh, this is unexpected. We see that Take and Friends is actually going for a split, completely different from their previous plays. You got 3 on A and then 2 on B, 1 splitting off into mid actually.
Mir is playing a very risky position, and it's actually kind of like playing peekaboo with Killjoy. If we are looking at Sumpitar and Mir, like very close to each other physically, but just divided by a wall.
They're both being very cautious, not willing to push up at all.
Oh, maybe someone's gonna take the bite. Oh, but Sumpit Boy takes out Mir.
Just faster.
Yeah, he's just a bit better. I think he was expecting it more than Mir expects the push.
I think Mir just aimed a bit too wide.
Oh, I would agree. I guess like the wide swing is actually
Take and Friends, there's nobody on B side. And they got the side completely free.
Oh, how is Kurema able to find a kill on the Sento? That far in? Oh, the wide swing. Oh,
That's a risky play right there. swing and immediately got shot down by 3 people.
One enemy remaining. There. 30
by
seconds
Kevin.
left.
Psycho.
Spike planted.
Multiple pushes onto spawn. Lion coming in, and guess who is able to pick off Jin's.
I mean, it's a 1v4. What can he do? They know exactly where he is. He's gonna die. No helping there.
Yeah, location already exposed, and like all of them were just hunting him down.
Oh yeah, completely gunned down.
I mean, I kind of like initially there were some trade, like, you know, 1 for 1, a little bit more here and there, but at the very end it was just too overwhelming. I mean, I still don't quite understand. I guess it was the strategic use of the utilities when it comes to approaching the defender's spawn. We saw Kurema finding 1 pick, but after that there were still 3 men at spawn, but somehow Top G Psycho here, together with RR Kevin, was actually able to break them up one by one and clean them off.
Do you think the defending team last round rotated a bit too early because there was nobody on B side at that point, and they just gave the attacking team the site for free?
I believe so. Let's look at
You
the
should
approach
run.
on A side of Soldier alt being used already. Clearing majority of A side. They look at the map. There's no one on site. There's gonna be util used. Kremok flying in as usual, clearing the necessary places.
Taki and friends really learned from the last time they tried to do this. This time, after using the ult, they
Out of charge.
Good. Not giving the defending team any time to reposition or watch for sight.
Oh, now the defender is gonna be used on the retake. Oh, a lot of trades coming in now. 3v3 scenario with a lot of ults being used. Astra ults being used to deny any defense. 1 person is now detained. All 3 of them kind of stuck onto Wine. The defuse is not yet quite coming in. Radar finds 1 with a buggy. Scan
Player
finds
standing. 1 enemy remaining.
1v1 with the defuse as well. Can't quite see the situation. And I'm not him finds Top G Psycho, who was kind of playing with the knife.
And there you go. The defending team got this round.
For the third
Last
time.
round in the half.
Yeah, we are seeing that Taki and Friends is really dominating, I would say, in this defensive half. Sorry, in their attacking half, in the first half.
Did they just get careless this round? Like, they were all bunched up into Wine, right?
I believe so. I mean, I think it was just that the defenders were being quite desperate. They threw in a lot of ults. That was the Astro ult, that was the Killjoy ult, as well as, I mean, previously they used the Phoenix ult. They're trying so hard to try and win a couple more rounds.
And they needed to win, honestly.
Yeah, they really need the win. I mean, we really have to see how they take this approach. I mean, if they lose this, you know, who knows? Maybe the 9-3 curse might, you know, come into action. But if not, you know, even if they have like 8-4, it's still quite difficult for them to make a comeback.
Yeah, let's just hope they can keep this up.
You're seeing that the defender side, the defending team is kind of like invested on A side as usual. Krema finds Mir, the lone defender of A side, and again they get A side for free.
Spike planted.
And now in a fight, Krema pushing up fast, sees a barrel but gets blinded and still takes out. Oh my god! How is that possible? But Imanator is trying his best. The lone wolf at the moment, last man alive in this half. But Top G Psycho overwhelms him and takes him out with a headshot.
What can you do at that point?
Switching sides.
Oh, now we're switching sides.
Step pause.
And finally going into the second half with 9-3 on the scoreboard in favor of Taki and Friends. I really appreciate, you know, throughout the entire round, Imanator is a very good Phoenix player. You know, nowadays, you know how, I mean, before this, there's a talk about how, you know, Phoenix is an outdated agent. You know, you can just, you know, find someone else to replace him, someone else that can do his exact job but better and stuff like that. But if you look at him, if used correctly, the pop flash from Phoenix is quite a powerful weapon.
Please explain to me a new player. Like, what are the advantages like that of Phoenix? Who is the person?
Imanator.
Imanator. Like, what are the techniques that you use to make Phoenix so strong in this moment?
Well, he really utilizes you know, smokes as well as tight corners in order to flash, because I mean Phoenix flash is quite fast. It's a very nice pop flash, but when paired together with the ability to use it at the right corners, it just becomes more instant and becomes very difficult to dodge.
Understand?
And I think we've seen him utilize this multiple times already and allows him to get kills that is otherwise a bit difficult to use.
So basically, Aman in there is being a smart player and using other people's util for his advantage. It seems that we have a timeout here for a bit. It seems that some people are having internet issues, which I'm guessing all of you can understand that.
All right.
Now going on to the next round. The first round of the game where the sides are switched.
Right. So for now, it seems like we're gonna have a little pause before going to the second half, and we'll take a short break. So for now, it's also just going to Asar. So we'll just take a little fiver, and we'll be back with you again later.
Stay
See you
tuned.
again. All right, we are back in this very, very short break, and we will go straight into the rounds because unfortunately the round has actually already started.
I didn't even have enough time to like close my
Blocking
eyes and
vision.
take a nap.
Yeah, 30 seconds already in, and the first kill started, and a very fast execute on the A side.
Wait, Onyan already got A side.
Oh, looks like it.
Sleep,
But
More like
Jensu,
extending a bit.
I know they're fighting, but the spike is being planted. They're in a very good position. Oh, tries to reload, but gets taken by
Last
surprise.
player
Big boy gets
standing.
2 kill for himself now in a 1v2 situation.
See if some people can get another one.
Big boy going in. Femto alone tries to use his util, but Gesu is able to take him out by surprise.
Plays around it. And then not only by the Soba Ball, but also by
You
what's
failed.
the other player. I already forgot the name.
Sumpit Boy was
Oh,
the
Sumpit Boy.
Sumpit Boy. Yeah, from Taki and Friends.
Nowhere to escape.
Oh yeah, Femto was just like in a tight corner and he can't really do anything. Let's look at the replay. Oh, this is not the replay. This is us.
This is us. I mean, we look pretty.
Yeah, we look pretty good. All right, we can see. Oh wait, we are.
Oh,
this is this is not the replay. Yeah,
Okay. Whoa. I'm getting overwhelmed here.
yeah, it's alright. It's alright. Never mind. Now I think
I am with you. We
I don't know how
are
to say
strong.
this. I think ONG is trying to take a slightly different approach when it comes to the attack. It's less, I would say, strategic. Oh, Grima going in fast alone. He takes up one, but Araken takes the trade. Finds 2 as a matter of fact. But Gen Z is able to take out both Kara Evan, Ara
player
Kevin, and
standing.
PUBG Psycho now in a
Spike
1
down mid.
situation.
No
Yes, we
more
got two
to oppose
Fento
us.
and Gens. Is it Gens or Gen Z? I'm getting myself.
Let's call him Gen Z. I think that's what he's going for. You prefer Gen?
Gen- Kid.
Gens is easier. It's just one syllable.
Yeah, but I think he was going for Gen Z. I think.
Alright,
anyways.
let's call him Gen Z.
There was a lot of quick trades going on in the first, the first few minutes. But I don't quite understand why Kurema was going quite fast. On to mid, it was a very risky move. Like there were 4 people up B main, and he doesn't know that. But he was just going all in
Right
very
here.
fast. He does have a Spectre, but only gets 1 kill.
Yeah, I think the play by Oyenda was going to the mid, but unbeknownst to them, the mid was watched by, I believe it was with Marshall? Yes.
Hey,
One of them had a Marshall.
One of them had a Marshall, and then Mir finding in his first kill onto Kevin Ara. A very big kill. Ara Kevin is one of the bigger plays, but Top G Psycho goes for the trade, and he doesn't see Aminator coming in for the trade. Mir blinds in, tries to clear sight, doesn't have any info, finds him, but Gesu gets him first. Aminator goes for the trade, clears the sight. Femto planting.
One
I'm on him,
enemy
spots
remaining.
1, kills 1. Now Kurima is out of the picture. Sumpit Boy last man alive. Bulldog at hand. 1v3 situation. Spike is down.
And Superboy
Found
already
them.
got cut off
Killed
from
my
side.
bot.
It's gonna take a long time for Superboy to get back to side and figure out what to do.
Here's a footstep. Here's a footstep. Know that he's coming. Finds Sumpe. Finds I'm not him. Now 1v2. Quite manageable, I would argue. But his location is exposed and he does
And
not
also
know.
under a time limit.
Yeah, with time limit and doesn't know where the plays are. Just gonna assume that it's gonna be an A main defense. Oh, it's not able. Shows off his barrel and Femtu gets him for Killjoy this action.
Unfortunate timing. That round went pretty slow compared to the other ones. Let's see the replay.
Now this round I would say was pretty hectic because
Really? I thought
everyone
it
was
went pretty slow compared to the
I would say position-wise because they were all around the map. There were some people on mid, some people on A main, you know, going here, going there. It was quite a roundabout. I would just assume that at the moment, like, Oyanganas is just taking a roundabout approach. I don't quite see a strategy in their approach, unlike, or at the very least, it's not as good as Taki and friends.
Perhaps that not have any strategy.
Perhaps. I quite like the aggression we are seeing. Taki and friends taking a very solid mid control. But I'm not him and I'm a nader able to catch some kills for himself. Kurema gets one trade but now backs off.
Mid was a highly contested area just for a second, but it seems that everybody, both including the defending team and the attacking team, had to rethink their strategy. Maybe going to mid is not the best play right now.
Oh, Gen Z gets taken by surprise. Kurema fights 2 kills for himself, 29 HP left, but in a 3v2 situation. Astra is also quite low. Spike is not planted, and they still have control of A site. Kurema gets some information. Tries to satchel. Going already deep on the A site. Turret being used to deny any push.
One enemy remaining.
Kurema finds a 4K. Will this
Spike
be an ace?
down A.
Oh no, unfortunately
30
Kurema
seconds
gets
left.
taken out, and I'm not him with 5 HP left in a 1v2 situation. Drone coming in. If he gets scanned, that's the end. And that's it. Sumpit Boy takes out I'm not him.
I'm not him with low on health, and he was fighting against two
Match
players.
point.
Like, there's only one way I think it can go. Although I feel like if he was in a better position rather than being out more in the open, like it might have gone better for him.
I don't think there was not a lot of cover that he was using. Now 4-12 already at match point. Taki and friends
Oh, I
showing a lot of dominance in the in this match on Ascent.
You're going with the judge. Let's see this.
He showed good prowess with the shotgun, so who knows, maybe that's what they need. They do have 3 ults online, might be able to use that, but Kurema a 3K with the ult. Now coming in backed up by Top. Psycho finds his first kill, last man
Spike
alive.
down mid.
Will Mir be able to keep the dream alive? Gets a gun for himself, uses everything in his arsenal, but Top G Psycho ends it. What a round!
That ult by the Raze was insane. A triple kill. Now that's using the ult at the right time, at the right place.
Exactly. Oh my god, that was amazing. Quite an impressive round, I would argue, by Kurema. You know, I think it was kind of nice for him because, you know, they know they're already leading quite far and just taking a nice, sweet risk into, you know, the ult and ending it with quite the style.
Like,
if I
it
may.
wasn't a small risk either. It was a pretty big risk because, like, you don't know if, like, most of the team is going to be there, right?
Yeah, and he was going in alone mostly, I would say.
He was full sending it.
Yeah, I mean, there was some utility backing him up, and like the only person that was kind of close to him to trade was his Top G Psycho. But like, he was going all in. Actually, finds 3
people.
Yeah, only 2 people were able to escape. I mean, he gets taken out after, but like he was using a shotgun, so I think he was just going for that raised shotgun play. But at the very least, even though he died, he already did his job.
Nah, he won.
He won.
He
Yeah,
won.
Style points, definitely style points. Yeah.
Who was it, Kurama?
Kurema, yeah, Kurema with
Listen,
the raise.
Listen to me. You better clip that. You better clip that.
Yeah, you better clip that. Send
better
it to
clip
us.
that.
We'll maybe put it on the Griffin Instagram page.
Yeah. Do we have a highlights?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
We'll see.
maybe we'll invest into that in the future.
Yeah, I know Kurima a little bit in his play style. He does prefer to play aggressive, and it seems like in this team composition, the aggression was used quite well. Like it
I
was
think
utilized
aggressive is an
properly.
understatement.
Yeah. All right, so that is it for the first match. Now we have Take and Friends leading Oyanganas 1-0. We will be going on to the second map, Lotus. So, pretty obvious if Take and Friends win this one, they proceed on to the grand finals, while Oyanganas might have to drop down and face SLTX after this. So, we will be with you guys in a short break. We'll see you guys again in 10 minutes.
10 minutes it is then.
All right,
Bye.
see you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Going to the second round of TAF versus ONG. Here with you guys is me, Saiful, aka the President of Griffin, and here with me is a new friend.
Yeah, what's
Uh,
good? My name is Shami. I'm the what do you call it? Ex VP2, quote unquote. You guys can call me Fred. You can call me. You know, I'll be here to replace Amir Audi.
all right. So for this game, Frazo will be with me, and we will be looking onto the game. Now we will now be looking at the next match of ONG versus TAF. Currently, if I'm not missing, we're looking at the new map, a relatively new map, Lotus.
Yeah, I see. I see. I think we're playing with the what do you call it? TF is actually playing as defenders this time around again.
Mm-mm,
Instead
okay.
of playing, actually starting up as attackers like the previous time.
Yeah, I believe Taki and friends going defenders and Oyen Ganas going onto the attackers. Now,
All right. Unfortunately, we're still going to be a bit delayed as
Yes, sir.
one of us has a toilet break from the I think attacker side, so we'll be playing soon. Shortly.
let's talk. Do you want to talk about like what happened in the previous round or like?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing we should talk about that. I think they were very aggressive, especially Take's team, like
Mhm.
very aggressive early on. I think that's the reason why they sort of easily won rounds because they were the ones that always took the initiative rather than waiting for them to actually push out. Because I think that the ONG team, I think they weren't really prepared for us to actually, I mean, for Take and friends to actually be very aggressive,
Mhm.
and therefore I think that's why they lost all the rounds. Another thing that I also picked up is that mainly most of the Take's team's attack were actually A-oriented, and then
Mm.
I felt that ONG could have counteracted that by actually like sort of adding more people to A, but I felt that they thought maybe perhaps they were going to try and change the players up.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then-
yeah.
So that's why they still kept like having 2 or 3 at B. But as a result of that, TF actually just was like, okay, you know what? Might as well. We just rush through. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
They just
They-
kept taking A.
Yeah, they were
Continuously.
heavily defending B side for some weird reason. But another thing that I noticed, no, this is something, before this, I've been helping with the Griffin Valorant team, like coaching them a little bit. And one thing that I've been like drilling with them to understand is that in a tournament setting, it's actually a bit different from a ranked game.
Correct.
Because, the strategies that you can come up with, like utilizing like a proper 5v5, you're not playing with randoms,
Correct.
right? You're playing with your own friends.
Correct.
And, if you can take the time to methodically set up how you want to approach a site, like it makes a huge difference.
Exactly. I agree completely.
Yeah, and I think that's something that Take and friends actually utilized. Like I saw, like I don't know if you noticed, like one of the examples that I remembered is that when taking a site, they had the nade thrown
Yeah,
at
they had the
dices
nades,
and the
exactly.
omen blind at
Yep.
gen. Both sides, it was like a 3-prong approach.
It was a combo of all abilities between each player, and that's how they easily entered site, and then they just took site by storm.
Yeah, and if there's only like 1 or 2 members on site, it's very easy to flush them out
Exactly.
and take them out.
Exactly.
Almost instantaneously taking the site, planting the spike. Everything just happens in tandem.
Agree. And I think that, especially with ONG, they should be, I think, focused on actually just supporting the team. And I think, sorry, what I mean by supporting team, I think they should have sort of sent someone else to support them rather than being left alone. Because I felt that it was the same players again and again getting rushed.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they
yeah.
weren't- They weren't getting help that they needed.
I do kind of like Mir's positioning, if you remember. Like, I mean, he was alone on site,
Yeah, he was very good.
but he wasn't in a, how to say, he wasn't in a position where he can't back off.
All right. All right. So apparently, I think we're gonna be starting now. So we're gonna see the picks for the team TNF and ONG. We're seeing that Top G Psycho is actually locked in with Sky, a very reasonable pick, especially on this map.
Yeah, in a
Okay.
map where it's very open, like the
Very
flashes
open,
that
so
Sky,
it's very
the
good.
power of
It's very
Sky
good.
Flash is very good.
All right. We can see that Femto has locked in Harbor. Mir and Karema have both locked in Reina. Jans has locked in as a Breach. Okay. A very interesting pick, I would say, to go with a Breach. I felt that probably, I think, especially for this map, I think having an open flash is much better than having like, the corner flashes, but, they can prove me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, but I would argue that Reina Flash is one of the more powerful flashes nowadays, especially in an open map, because you can, blind the
Choose
entire
your
enemy
agent.
if you get the chance without, what do you say, handicapping yourself,
Correct.
Because Sky Flash, the timing must be correct, otherwise you would be team flashing or even self flashing, which is worse.
Yep.
And
Right.
something like this. Now, oh wait, hold on. Something that I noticed, and we will look back at this in the scoreboard in the game after this, is that both teams are actually running a double duelist
Yep, a
composition,
double duelist
which
comp.
I think is kind of off meta nowadays.
I feel
but-
that as well. I feel like nowadays it's better to either run maybe a double initiator, a double sentinel, or maybe even a double smoker.
Yeah,
But
double
that,
smoke has gotten some traction
exactly,
lately.
especially with the combo Viper and Harbor, both
Mhm.
just running up that wall, especially just setting up with that Viper early wall, and then you just have Harbor as a continuous after what do you
Yeah.
call it, after plant. So
I'm a bit worried with their current setup, especially. I mean, for now, I'm a bit worried with Taki and Friends team because they actually are running a solo smoke, and the smoke is
Correct.
Omen.
Correct.
Now, it can be useful, maybe on defense to try and slow down the attack, but I'm gonna be worried with their attack
Agreed.
because I think Omen as the only smoke on attack is gonna be a bit difficult. Like,
especially with him having only like 2 small normal smokes rather than having the long range
yeah,
wall.
the ball smoke. Let's
ball
call it that.
smoke,
Like
yeah,
the
like
ball
the ball
smoke. I
smoke.
feel like it's usually not enough when it
Usually
comes to
not.
attacking a big site
Correct.
such as Lotus. I mean,
Exactly.
it's
The
true that
three
you know,
maps with like many multiple entry points is very difficult, especially with like A, if you're trying to smoke up like on drop, you can smoke up like heaven, and then you're trying to smoke up stairs. That's already 3 smokes in, but you only have 2.
yeah, you only have
So
two.
it's a bit of a difficult play.
Yeah, but with Harbor, not only is the wall like, not only is it big and surrounds a lot of places, so you can control it as well, unlike Viper. But you also have the ball smoke.
Exactly. So you have essentially 3 types of smoke. You have the slow smoke, the one that the curve smoke, the Viper smoke, and then you also have the ball smoke.
Yeah, and like you have 2 different walls, as you said,
Exactly.
one very big one and like 2 other cascades, which is very powerful.
All right, let's see. All right, Harbor and Breach going up, pushing up A long. All right, okay, spotted Funky Psycho, but he falls back. All right, the ball smoke up from the Omen. All right, you see they're fully all aggressing up on A side. They're trying to push up into tree. Okay, there's 2 up tree. One's he's stuck up in drop. 3 of them still outside. Already pushed inside. Oh, here. Oh, he's actually killed. Oh my god. It's equal. It's
destroyed.
3v3. Alright, Reyna's going for the plant. And I'm not going to get
Spike
that.
planted.
Oh, but
One
Superboy with
enemy
the 2K.
remaining.
Okay, it's a 2v1 situation. Can Mir close this out? No, he cannot. Unfortunately, Superboy gets the 3K for this round. What a lovely turn of events.
Yeah, I do kind of like the approach on
You don't deserve my
Taki and
mentions.
Friends, like how they're going for that retake. But it's kind of fair to also take note of how
thinking
Oyin
so hard, I can
and
smell that
approach
circuits
A
frying.
side because I do like the Harbor smoke denying some information.
Yep, yep.
But unfortunately, I think they were kind of slow
Placing
because
alarm
by the
bot.
time they were just about to execute on the site,
They had already
Yeah,
fully
yeah.
rotated on site.
Yeah, and
they
the
could
smoke's
just
already
play
down.
retakes, correct.
So like they were exposed, and
were
that's
exposed,
the
they were-
reason why I
Turn
think they were
out.
able to retake the site, quite swiftly, if I may.
Alright, we have KJ
Placing
Superboy
swarm
setting up
grenade.
C side with Reyna. Reyna's going a bit slightly for aggressive. Okay, they're going the eco route. They're trying to push up into B side. Iman throws in his grenade. Okay, but they are smoked off by Rio. Oh, Kurima with the 1 free K.
Spike down B.
Aggressive as usual.
Aggressive as usual. Alright.
Right there.
Sorry. Tachi Psycho going for that. Oh, Jans unfortunately loses out in that fight. Kurima nearly dies out. Gets
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
but Mir with the 2K, but unfortunately he gets taken out by the Omen. And it's 2-0 to Taki and Friends.
We are looking at yet again another aggressive play by Kurema. I mean, Kurema has been shown to be very aggressive with his positioning, but not only is he aggressive with his positioning, he's also very tactical, making sure to clear corners, putting himself in advantageous position instead. Because, one of the issues that we see with his teammate, for example, Top D Psycho, is that he likes to play aggressive as well, like, going in, going hard, going fast, but sometimes, as we see in the previous round, he sometimes forget to clear some corners.
Correct. And then
Yeah,
he
which is
ends
like,
up,
it's
uh,
kind of
gets-
detrimental to
yeah,
the team.
Agreed. He gets himself accidentally killed, therefore making the situation into a class 4 situation. Okay, we can see that Ganas is actually going for a approach here. In 4 injury. Top Psycho unfortunately ends this kill out, but they have to go back because of the rage.
Satchel out.
Okay, I'm pushing him inside. He is, however, blinded, but Harbor throws up. I think they're trying to go for. Oh, unfortunately, Jans is just killing Kevin with an easy headshot. It's a 4v3 situation. Goes for the blast.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
Ace.
And now,
Such
here,
trash.
unfortunately, did not win. I mean, sorry. Taki and Friends did not clutch back. Alright, so as you can see, previously, the what do you call it? Taki and Friends were trying to go for that retake play. It was doing well, and then unfortunately when they went back in, sort of, I think Oil and Gas had the upper thing due to the smoke, had the upper hand due to the ball smoke.
You're mine right now.
Not oil and gas. It's
Oil
oil
and
and
gas.
gas.
Did I not- I
Yeah, you
apologize.
said
I
oil and gas.
my
So.
Alright, they're going for an A play right now.
It seems like they're going to be like doing something similar for this round as well with an A approach. This time again going for the 3 execute. They're kind of slowed down by the Omen Smoke. As I said, the Omen Smoke will be useful on defense, and for now he'll have some value. I'm only concerned with how they're gonna be attacking at some point. They're being fairly quiet right now. Some shotguns at hand, but still a lot of rifles too. Femto finds the first kill to Kurma, main player out of the game. Kevin takes one, and Gen Z and Imanator gets one each. The A site is now clear with only Omen and Killjoy left. Utility will be very useful for the retake, but the plant is coming down. 2v4 situation against Taki and friends. Oyen and
Raze is low, so they still
One enemy remaining.
unfortunately.
well, only one man alive. Yesu with a lot of HP, some smoke left, and a blind in hand.
Still feasible.
Femto just overpowers him with a clean headshot onto Yesu.
Decapitates him there, unfortunately. But yeah, a very, very amazing play from Oyen Cat. How they entered side was very, very good. I feel that, unfortunately, I think due to the lack of perhaps maybe positioning from the Taki and Friends team, they were unable to sort of retake them, and then essentially lost 3 of their players early on. And therefore, it was the round for Oyen Ganas for the taking.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, this is Oyengana's pick on the map. So we can see that's why they're faring a fair bit well as compared to the rounds before on this end. And we are also seeing how Taki and Friends has kind of less strategy when it comes to approaching. Finds the first person here. Kind of gets taken out a bit. Gen Z goes for the trade. Ara Kevin doubles the trade.
It is a 4v3 now situation.
Yeah, the 4v3, but unfortunately they do not know what's happening on C side. Spike is being planted with no one to contest, and the flanks are coming in. A 4-man flank. I am not him. Will have a lot to compete.
He has a lot of food that he can consume here, I feel that.
Yeah, he is kind of in an exposed situation. One man is low. We see Kurema kind of low. Turret able to find one. Some shot exposing his location. He's not able to take out.
But boy, gets that kill. It's now 2v4. Let's go the die! Okay, Phantom turns up his ult.
All being used to slow down the retake. But Ara Kevin's going in fast. Last man alive. Tries to go for the defuse. There's no more ult to deny, and Imanator gets taken out by Sumpit Boy with an impressive play with the retake. A lot thrifty.
Especially coming down from like a 1 round, they just pushed in, aggressed in, and they won the round.
It was a very similar approach that we saw on the Ascent game, but it was conducted, or it was executed by Taki and Friends. But this time, we are seeing something similar, but being done by Oyenganas, and which is why, if I'm not mistaken, this is the map pick by Oyenganas, so they must have some tricks up their sleeve, and this is one of them.
Agreed. Completely agree. Alright, I think Oyenganas is going for another A. Probably they're actually slowly trying to push it. I think they haven't shown presence yet, but the presence of Breach's stun, so I think they're trying to rotate from like a
Very similar approach we are seeing currently with the Harbor Smoke, but they will have to be a bit faster if they want to learn from their previous mistake. They are currently hiding in the smoke, trying to catch one off guard. No bullets in hand.
Another 5v5. Oh, PUBG Cycle gets that kill.
Without a killjoy at hand. Oh, Ara Kevin with the ult takes out Gen Z, and Sumpit Boy as well finds Imanator.
Oh,
For the trade.
back. Mir gets another kill. It's now a 2v2 situation.
And
Will
this,
they actually push out? Oh, sorry, the bomb's actually down.
yeah, the spike is currently kind of hidden in tree, but I don't think Taki and Friends knows. Yeah, So they're just playing defensive and going for
One enemy remaining.
Chiba Kurima goes for the flank, finds one. Now the one man alive. Mir, the lone Reina, going in for the hunt, trying to ensure that his team
30 seconds left.
still win this round. Finds one 1v1 Reina v Reina. Let us see who is the better Reina. Spike being faked. Kurima goes in trying to find where Mir is, and it's the fight.
They're nothing.
Unfortunately, Kurima could not close that out for him.
That was quite nice. Mir, I think with that 3k, but in the 1v2 clutch situation, what do you think? What was the key factor here that caused them, that allowed Mir to win?
It was mainly due to the last part where the KJ wasn't actually like watching, like trying to watch the other side. She was just focused on that one area, and therefore Mir was able to slip in and get that kill easily.
Yeah, he was in a vulnerable position.
There.
Yeah, he wasn't really coming forward.
If she tried to play from like a drop position, she would have been much safer. And they had a harder time for Mir to actually try and address and get through that.
Yeah, it was caught by surprise. That was a mistake, I would argue, by some Boy, which cost them the round.
Correct, unfortunately.
Going into round 7 now, 3v3 even up, and Oyen Ganas actually showing some presence in this game. Take and friends will have to do a lot of adjusting and adapting in order to try and at least have more dominance. But at this point, Oyen Ganas is at the very least in some level of control. 5 men now trying to execute C site with only one person defending, with just a couple few ready for the rotate. Harbor wall coming up. With the Killjoy ulti, Kurima will have to do something phenomenal in order to deny anything. He is quite deep with a shotgun at hand. Will he be able to fight? He can't do it. The timing. Femto takes him out.
There.
I think if he had 1 more millisecond, he would have gotten the kill.
The spike is down. Currently going in for the retake. They do have a lot of util.
2 ults have been used up.
Last player
Oh my
standing.
god, the cleanup. The cleanup is coming in. The last man alive. Shotgun gets some damage. Ara Kevin gets taken out by the enemy Raze Imanator.
An amazing entry by Oyen Ganas right there. I think that they just Taka and friends were a bit too slow on the retake, and especially I felt that perhaps maybe due to their lack of like full armor. I think that's why they were easily a bit taken out faster.
Yeah, but we saw that there were a couple of shotguns which indicates that Take and friends were kind of low in economy, and it was taken advantage of by Oyen Ganas. Why was it that Oyen Ganas was able to go so fast in?
I felt that because due to the ulti prop KJ, they were able to secure a lot more area, and then that actually helped them progress further.
I think it was also kind of like the half and half approach by Kurima. He wasn't really going all in. Like he put himself in a vulnerable position, but he did not, go all in and basically cost himself. He got that opportunity. He could have gotten the harbor.
If he moved a bit further, if he just ran there, he got that.
Yeah, and he gets a kill for himself.
Off your feet!
Deep push, okay.
And a lot of concentration on going in fast. Imanator somehow survives getting flashed, but gets taken out now by Sumpit Boy. Very good on the defense. Kevin with the op.
One
Not
enemy
able to,
remaining.
never mind. Sumpit Boy gets the kill.
Gets the kill on. But Toki Cycle plays it out. And the lovely 3k for Mr. I'm Not Him.
And now we are seeing Take and friends, holding on to,
Don't even stop
some
that
level of
shit, teammate.
control, not being able to fully dominate Oyen Ganas as before, but we are seeing, some
Make
level
sure
of
to
control.
follow
Like I
my
said,
path,
they're not
the
like
latest
Take
drop
and friends
to
are
the
not
enemy.
just giving up the map, even though Oyen Ganas, I think, had some level of control. Now, something that I think we can learn from this is how Taki and friends are actually playing defense. So unlike the previous round where Oyen Ganas is just letting the site get taken, have only one person. Now we are seeing that whoever it is that's defending the site is not normally putting themselves in a vulnerable position. Like at the very least they're able to back off, and instead of a 4v5 or even worse a 3v5 retake, now we are seeing like more of a 5v5 retake with with better use of utility, ensuring that they're able to retake certain positions first, more crucial entry points, and then taking over the entire map.
Together now, rather than playing, like pushing out one by one, they're easily able to actually get that easy kill, because it's rather than being a 1v1 situation, it'll be a 2v1 situation or a 3v1 situation. therefore winning them the easy.
There.
Ooh, something unexpected right now by Ganas going in for the split push, actually going for B side, and they weren't aware of this. So there was no contesting on A side because they thought there was going to be an A side, so just fall back, defend A from behind. But they actually used that to leverage.
Gets that kill, but gets straight back
Spike
by
planted.
Boy. It's a 3v3 situation. KJ doesn't have her ult. Is she going to try to start it up? Start it up. Alright.
Killjoy ult very powerful on B side, you know, pushing basically everyone back and making it very difficult to defend and to deny. So they have to run away. They will be able to get at least half on the defuse, but Super Boy's not defusing. He's going on the aggression, running through his own teammate's nade. Now, no one was detained, so they know that a lot of area is safe. No one's going for the defuse. What's going on here? One person gets taken out, but Mir also finds top D Psycho, and now the last man alive is not able to defuse the spike. Now, well,
with another lovely 3k for this round.
I would say that was a mistake. There were 3 man, there was a 3v3 and only 2 choke points. 2-person should have tried to contest some places.
They had
and
the all up. They had the all up. They had time, perfect time to just like at least half it before they start fighting. But unfortunately, none of them decided to go for it.
yeah, no one went for the defuse. Like I said, they had some time to at least get it half, and then compete and contest certain areas, and then finish the defuse.
Exactly.
But none of them did that.
Unfortunately.
We also actually see, if I'm not mistaken, was it who was the killjoy? Sumpit Boy?
Yes, Sumpit
Going
Boy.
for a bit of a risky play, which backfired pretty
Running
hard.
through that raised grenade, his own teammate's grenade was acting very detrimental.
Yeah, he didn't have to. He had enough time to control the area, like the link, but he chose to, you know, aggress a little bit too far, and it cost him.
He had to turn up.
All right, going into the bonus round.
I'm gonna get the kill with that satchel.
One enemy remaining.
3k for Iron. Can he get a 4k here?
He's looking for Raze, but Raze is very far.
Raze is far away, all at B side, and they're just holding out.
Seems like Raze is going for a save here.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only option he has to actually save the economy.
Yeah, in this situation, if you look at the economy, I mean, Taki and Friends doesn't really have a lot of leverage, and Kevin only has a sheriff, so I mean, I feel like it would be nice if he just dies and, you know,
I
gets
feel
some
that for
economy
next round,
advantage.
they only have enough for like probably like half armor and.
Loosen up.
Oh, Kevin finds one, but that's all that he finds.
Cleans him out.
He was playing very tactical and even like waiting for them to aggress, and then the Raze picks one off. I think, I mean, it wasn't that big of a kill because it was just one, but I think it's enough.
There.
Just enough to actually like
At least
reset
shift the balance of the economy a little bit. Ooh, I'm a Nader finds 3 kills for himself. Taki
lovely.
gets one as
One tap.
as we can see.
They talk about his one tap.
Yeah, they talk about the one taps. Very nice sheriff kills.
Alright, so you can see that they're going for full armor, weapon vandals and phantoms, and we can see that Sky and KJ are actually holding up A. I think that's a very good positioning play, and then they're just leaving Omen to play B. I think they're also having that Raze just like B as a rotator, and Reyna's just holding up C. It is a bit very risky. If he tries to peek out now, he will be actually like bombarded by 4. And just as I said, he has been bombarded by the enemy team, by Oyenganas, and they have a B site just for them.
Yeah, the overpowering strength, you know, of a 1v4 situation. You would always get taken out.
Spike planted.
Harbor.
Flooding.
So he's just holding up side.
Here comes the party.
One enemy remaining.
3k again!
Okay, take a break, guys.
Killing it.
I mean, Imanir is one of the top fraggers at
Last
the moment
round
for
before the
Oyenganas. I
switch.
mean, he does a lot before this, and he's doing a lot now as well. I mean, even without the support, you know, of his teammate playing alone, he does have a significant amount of impact for the team, getting all the crucial kills needed to win them the round.
Yep. Alright, so this is a fun round for halftime, and you can see that unfortunately the entire team of Taki and Friends have no armor, full armor, sorry to speak, and then having Omen actually use a Bulldog rather than a Phantom or Phantom.
So we're seeing some aggressive play onto A.
Playing up on A, so
Yeah, we might see a 5v5 contact on A main, but they're rotating.
Are rotating fully. I think they've got ahead like info that perhaps they're all actually stacking up on A, so they're
Yeah, this-
rotating just for a clear C push.
The Skydog only sees one. Now Reyna also Mir falls back with the team, not willing to take the risk of a 1v5 situation.
They should be able to get the clamp down without issues.
Spike coming in a bit late. But Femto is planting the spike. Now we might see a full-on 5-man flank.
Five, like pure raw.
Oh, but Mir is in a very good situation for the crossfire. Oh, the trade's coming in back and forth. But Gesso doesn't see Mir. Like I said, Mir in a very powerful
Hidden
position.
angle. Still possible. It's just they have to get in there early now.
Oh, Mir is not
Time's
aware.
ticking.
Last player
He's not aware of
standing.
Kurima
Kurima.
gets that kill. Jans is all alone, but he still has time on his side. They have to push it now. It's now or never. He was just pulled that one angle, and it's all over.
Oh, and
Oh.
Kurima
Imagine
gets
if
the
I
third
died
kill onto
right
Gen Z.
now.
He does not have that time.
So funny.
And Oyenganas win the round, bringing us to the actual 8-4. Hey, sorry. Oh, actually, we have time to use. So it's actually
Switching
7-5.
sides.
Okay, it's alright, it's alright. Looks like we're currently going to round 13 into the next half. Let's look at the replay for a bit. Yeah, oh my god, the trade's coming in. That was a big fight. I mean, I told you what's happening. It's a 5-man flank, but Mir in a very precarious situation, if I may. He put himself in a very good position, but like he just thought everyone was there and forgot that someone could still flank him. So he was trying to flank the flanker, but then another person flanked the flanker, if I may. But for now, it seems like the scoreboard is 7-5 in favor of Oyenganas, or Oyengas if you're Francis.
Oil and gas, especially from UTP, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing kind of, but hey, who
Oil and
knows?
gas just works for the ONG company. Anyways, alright. I think they're going for a fake with the Reyna just holding up. I think
Yeah.
he's trying to hold the line. He knows that they're trying to be a sort of they sort of pushed up to C-side, and C-side's just been
Here's the light.
because
Satchel out.
someone else has decided to actually hold on side. I think they all maybe fall back. Kurima just gets that free kill on breach after just pushing out.
Spike planted.
Mir is now overcautious, and then now he finally rotates back over to the C side. I think he's still being very overly cautious. He gets that kill.
One enemy remaining.
Gesso was in a very good position of finding, he's not vulnerable, but he's able to peek in and out of his position to get people off guard, which is exactly what we saw happen.
Mir is now in a 1v4 situation. Can he at least get one kill and at least have some form of economy? But chances are I don't think he will. He takes him out with a headshot, and as a result, Taka and friends win the round.
I do like the approach that they were going on a pistol round. We saw like 4-man going on to C side and just a lone Reyna. And we know this about Reyna already. The fact that Reyna can heal herself up is a very powerful tool in the arsenal of Reyna, especially if she's trying to play as a lurker.
But I think one thing I also see from Nanas is that I think they left site way too early, and then as a result, they were Taka and friends were easily able to actually enter site. And you notice that when they went into site, into C, like there was no one there. They were already pushed up back, unfortunately.
It's difficult to say. It's not like they weren't showing presence on C, but
Yep.
I mean they just show a little bit of presence on A, and it kind of stretched, the defending team.
I mean, that's what I mean, especially because that's
Still in sight.
especially this type of game. You can never really
Still in
expect
sight.
someone just faking it out. That was
There.
actually on edge, making sure.
Going in fast, not being aware
Gets
of
taken
Gen
out
Z
by
hiding in
Gas.
trees.
But he gets figured out like this.
Spike down A.
Psycho, Sumpit,
There.
trades him back again. It's still a 3v3 situation.
There.
Kevin, I don't think. Oh, Kevin gets taken out by Iron Tor. Oh dear.
Turret out.
Okay.
God,
has
if
the bomb.
he coming in,
He does
that
have
would
the
be
bomb.
smart. That would be important.
Powers out.
That kill. Okay, it's a 2v2 situation. I think they can just fall back. And I think they're going for a B plan? Yeah, they're going for a B plan. Okay. Okay.
A
Placing
lot of
swarm
good
grenade.
utility already being used by Sumpit Boy, and they do have an advantage here. Spike planted, and they're not aware of the situation.
Yep. But they do have picked up weapons, especially coming from them being on a weaker round, so they still have the possibility of winning.
Alright, information.
The right information has been already taken after killing that turret. Some people are still holding that angle. I don't think waiting for them to peek out just now.
Last player standing. One
One
enemy
push.
remaining.
Guess who just has to hold the angle, wait for the push, and he gets that 3 kill, that kill on I'm Not Him, leaving him with 3K for this round.
I mean, Sumpit Boy did a good job at trying to deny because not only that he was able to distract both the enemies, but he was able to get one low and allow the other one to be traded to be killed.
Yep.
So he did his job.
He did job. Alright, we're neck to neck now. It's actually 7-7. Coming from a 7-5 round. Lucky and friends have managed to get 2 rounds back to their names, and we're equal. And now that both teams have equal footing in terms of weaponry, I feel that it'll be a very fun round this time around.
The economy, we look at both sides. They both they're not quite balanced. We see Oye and Ganas having a little bit more firepower than Taki and Friends. But if Taki and Friends plays this well enough, especially with sharpshooters like Kevin and Kurema, I mean, who knows? They can still turn things around and maybe even scoot in a Thrifty.
There.
Get info that Mr.
Bloody them!
Clutches it out, survives with 40. Jansen takes out Kurema. And it's unfortunately technically a fortified situation, but this could be turned around. Just one shot on that Harbor, and it's an equal game.
Yeah, with 40 HP left, Harbor is easy pickings, but he still has the gun, and I mean, Oye and Ganas still has the offensive power. Taki and Friends will just have to try and slowly, get some picks here and there, just to lower down the firepower that Oye and Ganas has, the dominance, the clutch onto the map areas. I mean, if Taki and Friends is able to get some map control, whichever side of the map, then they might be able to, potentially sneak in a win. They can't quite do that currently, as we can see that every map does have a guardian, if I may.
Taki and Friends are actually trying to
Cutting their vision.
All outs coming in. Already
10 seconds
used,
left.
deny.
Spike planted.
But I'm on sword kiss.
Last player
I'm
standing.
not gonna get that kill on
Satchel out.
Kevin gets one.
Satchel out.
That was quite a smart approach, I would say, by Taki and Friends. But unfortunately, just the lack of firepower is not enough to overcome, the stopping power that Oye and Ganas has. Because we saw that I think it was a mistake for them to go for a B execute, because the defending team kind of has their power like spread across A, B, and C, and the fact that they chose to plant in the middle of the map creates this situation where they're surrounded by the defending team.
I think you could also say that, especially with time running down the clock, they had no time. They either had to force an A execute, or I mean an A rush or a B push, and then I felt that B was actually the more safer route, as they had more sections compared to actually entering in.
I see what you mean.
Now we have both teams actually equalize. Unfortunately, even though they did not win the round, they at least did get the plant down, therefore getting some economy.
Yeah, perhaps that is the approach that they were going for, and we saw a lot of the times that Taki and Friends are able to win rounds even in tough situations, and maybe this
Spike
might
planted.
be it. Spike being planted on C side, and the defense has already been set up.
It's still a 5v5 situation, so no one has died yet.
Yeah, but we don't have any ults online, so it will come down to raw utility usage as well as just gunfights.
Yep.
Big Killjoy being used. Very nice, Kurema.
Cutting their vision.
No mirrored in CMP.
enemy
Psycho.
remaining.
DK! Oh, what an amazing play for him. Waiting to actually push on the side, not making any sort
I'm
of
no
noise,
doctor,
and gets that
but I
free
can
kill
patch a
on
bullet
him.
hole or two.
I
Let me know
just
if you
talked
need
about
healing.
Taki and Friends are able to get themselves out of tough situation, especially when it comes to basically they have this nice strategy around like multiple rounds. They don't make plans just for one round. The save round that they did like 2 rounds ago, allowed them to have the situation to have better guns, better equipments, and then they're able, because they know in some sense that Oye and Ganas doesn't have a strong defensive setup unless they make some wrong calls.
Yep.
And they utilize that. It just basically made a fast execution on C side and basically dominated that whole round.
Alright, it seems that they're trying to go for a B/C split from the Taki and Friend team, but they're slowly gravitating back towards the C side. I think they're trying to go for a C execution. Raze is unfortunately the only person holding it there. If he does try at least get at least 2 kills here, he'll be able to get his ult and sort of survive. But with a
I've got
pistol,
your trail.
I don't think he has time to get
I mean, at the moment, all they have to do is kind of avoid close contact with Ivan.
Begins.
Kermit takes it all off. Very aggressive. Cannot get the PK. Kevin steals it from him.
Ooh, 2 kills with the Sheriff.
Mir,
Feeling safe.
he counters that ult. He has free weapons to pick up. Will he's trying to, I think, try to push up, but I think the best play here would be to try to take the weapon and save, because I don't think they have info on where the enemy is.
I mean, it is a 2v2 situation, and if they play this right, I mean, they might not need to save. It is 2v2. It's going to be a bit difficult. They do not have a smoke at hand. Oh, already get some information with some shots being fired.
One enemy
And
remaining.
Gen
Jan
Z
gets killed,
able to
but
get
he has
one.
no time.
Last
The
player
Omen
standing.
play. The Omen plays there, and Gesu goes for the clutch in a 1v2 situation.
A lot of amazing assists. Beautiful. Beautiful.
That was brilliant by Gesu. We saw him teleport away, and I mean, if this is a normal fight, you know, some people might catch on and be able to switch their focus. But the fact that it was an intense 2v2, like shots were getting fired here and there, that little teleport, the small things, allowed him to put himself in a better position to be able to actually clutch up the round.
I think if you notice as well from both teams now, at 3 players with 2K, so they were very, very aggressive that round. Unfortunately, Kurema unfortunately gets that 2K, but then misses out on that kill on Mir, therefore allowing them to push in and get that, get traded out by Mir, therefore sort of negating his
Feeling safe.
attack.
I would agree. I mean, Oyen Ganas right now will really have to step it up because they were kind of in the lead before, but now actually losing the lead to Take and Friends. And if they want to go on to map 3 to have any potential to win, to proceed onto the grand finals, they will have to step it up a bit.
You should run.
He's all pushing up onto the side, onto the C side. There's mitigating. Still a 5v5 situation. Harper does have his ult, so they still can play retake. And obviously, Mir has his ult, so he can also be very aggressive. I'm sure does not take notice. Kurema's on. Oh, Kurema gets that kill on that aggressive. But he gets killed out by Imanation. Oh, Raze does take his ult out.
He gets picked up!
Picked up by Kevin. He gets deleted.
Kevin replies with it all of his own. Finds Mir across the smoke. Went live, alright, Kevin.
With that 3K, that amazing, beautiful one tap on that Raze during his mid ult.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal performance by Kevin. Not only did he deny the enemy from using their Raze ult, but also, ramping up his own, charging up his own ult and using it and actually finding Mir across the Omen smoke.
Yep. Kevin gets his own kill with his own ult.
Yeah, that was a very nice and sweet short 3 kill by Kevin.
Alright, with 3 more rounds to go for Take and Friends. Can they clutch this out? Will we go to overtime? Let's see.
Oyen Ganas, like I said, I mean, I would argue, like I said, they technically have the better utility, in my opinion.
In my opinion.
Yeah,
Especially
they
with them
have.
having 4 ults up already.
Yeah, I mean, like Breach's flash is very strong on a map like Lotus, but somehow I feel like they're not utilizing it good enough.
They're not using it a lot. I think they're rarely using it. And at times when they're using it, it's when most of the teams are dead. So he's forced to be in a solo position.
Maybe it's because of a clash of utility, 'cause like having Harbor that covers a lot of area, and then trying to flash out makes it a bit difficult.
Psycho does not.
Psycho, oh, but the whiff!
Misses his shot and gets
Satchel
kill.
out.
Gets deleted by Psycho with that one tap.
Satchel out.
Oh, Kevin pushes that kill on that Raze. He gets this
There.
kill on Femto. He gets that kill on Femto. He gets the
Grenade.
PK. Lovely.
Blinded.
From Kevin.
One enemy remaining.
Psycho does get that kill. 5v1 situation. Can Mir come
1v5
back, but I
situation.
don't think it's feasible. It's plausible this time around. I think
Well,
the best chance he has is just to save.
Yeah, I mean, Mir should save. But one thing that while we were talking about this, we saw just now something that's common. I mean, we talked about it before. Oh, never mind. Let's talk about this first. Oh my God.
Taken out by Unfortunately, losing a weapon for his team. Therefore,
The let's talk about the Skydog just now. I mean, same player, same problem. We saw top 3 Psycho actually not clearing the corners enough. Luckily for them though, Gen Z whiffed.
Gen Z had the worst with that, I'm gonna be honest, that I ever saw, especially with 2 players free for the taking. None of
Yeah.
them were even looking his way.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, if Gen Z
I think
took the time to aim, he could have gone, you know, a monumental.
I think he felt pressured. I
achievement.
think, my honest opinion, I think that he felt pressured. He was ready to like choose who to kill, and therefore he sort of fluttered between the Sky and the Rays, therefore getting none of them.
Yeah, I think like
well.
he heard the footsteps and also heard
Right
the
there.
Sky Dog, so that put some pressure on him, and it caused him to choke a bit.
Yep, he definitely felt a bit worried. Okay, it's a 11-8 game. Here, running up with the Sheriff, holding up on stairs,
Cutting their vision.
flashing out against. Oh, Karim against that one tap.
Blinded and tagged.
Cutting their vision.
Gets that kill back and getting
There.
himself back.
Oh, the execution on C-side, the spike is already in, but they are not aware, as Kurema is doing a very good job at distracting. And Kurema was feeling very safe because the spike was still up, but Imanator sneaks in from the back, actually gets him shot. Now they have some guns. You know, something that we didn't talk about is that Oyen Ganas currently is at an economical disadvantage, not really having great guns. So that one kill is enough to at least boost it up a bit. You know, adding some chance for them to be able to retake. But Gesu, the good spot, kind of stunned and is not able to execute onto the kills. And now they have 2 guns in mind. Killjoy util already used. Top G trying to flash, trying to push them onto deny. They cannot deny the defuse. They can't see it. They can't see it. And there it is. Oh my God, the defuse comes in.
What an upset! I think it's because of the position
Don't
where they
stress
planted.
if I
He had
die.
enough, just
It was
enough
great
space
knowing
to
you
hide
all.
behind that wall.
Also,
And as a
delete
result,
my hard
they were
drive.
easily able to win that, clutch that, save that round for the team.
They couldn't see him. It was just like a little bit by the corner. Like, oh my God, we see it because of the X-ray, but oh my God, that was a very nice defuse, a little ninja defuse, if I may. No one noticed it.
It was a clutch or be killed situation right there.
Yeah, and it was like he invested it like all in,
Yep.
and it paid off.
He risked it for the biscuit.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Oh, sorry, Kevin's back. Sorry. He disconnected and reconnected. Okay, he's back. Fortunately, I don't think he had any weapons to buy, even though he had money. Oh no, he did. Okay.
It's okay, it's okay. Starting the round off, 11-9 in favor of Taki and friends. We tend to see that, you know, Taki and friends tend to favor one side over the other. We saw that on Ascent. They
Yep.
prefer to go A, and
Yeah.
on this
side,
map,
they like to go C, but I don't know. I think they're trying to go for an A push now. Having Raze and KJ up forward, but they're just waiting for the cavalry to come in with them.
the defense is, I would argue, like nicely spread. Like they are like just letting go of B, and I think it's a fine approach on a three-sided map.
Their best option here is just to get in and then fall back.
Seek them out.
Double ult coming out from Sky.
They're trying to finish this off quick. They know there's no one on site because there's no.
Jans gets
ult.
that kill. Wow, what happened there, Omen? I think he may have been blinded. That's why he
Spike planted.
taken out.
Gets taken out. Oh,
I
Kurema
guess that
going aggressive. C1.
trades him back out.
Going with the trade.
KJ doesn't have her ult up, so they have to either push back now. Try to survive the tree and survive an A-main. They have to push it now.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
Time's coming.
Out of charges.
You have the control. Trying to
Fishing kill. My ult. Here comes.
utility being used. Ult.
I think they just need to ult.
One
Season
enemy
finds
remaining.
one and gets for the 4K. The 4K by Imanator.
He does get that 4K. Keeping his team alive again for another round. Bringing
Yeah.
us back to 11-10. One gap deficit.
They're just catching up now. See, that's the thing. Something that I noticed with Imanator is that I like how his methodical approach actually works out.
Yep.
He doesn't go for the gung-ho. He doesn't want to go all in. He takes them out one by one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is exactly how you should be playing. You know? You should never be taking like team
We-
fights by yourself.
Mission
You know,
sentry.
isolating them. Take them one by one solo kills. And then it just racks up and then you just get those easy kills in the end.
Yeah, we should be taking notes right now.
Alright.
The economy has now they're already
I
caught
think
up.
it's equal now. They're
Yeah,
actually
no-
back on equal footing now. So
No need for any thrifties.
yeah,
They
no need
can
for
fight them head on.
Yeah, no need for half armors. They're actually able to sort of fight together. Taka and
Full
friends
Yuthas as
are
well.
falling back after taking the orb from B site. I think they're trying to go for a C site push. As you can see, as we said earlier, they do favor that one side over the others.
But I would say
I think
Oyenganas is
Oyenganas
ready
has,
for that.
Yeah, I think they're ready for that, especially having a three-man setup up on B side. On C side, sorry.
My
KJ does get
ultimate is
her
ready.
orb, and now she has her ult, so they can still try and go for an aggressive push right now. However, I think they're trying to go play it down on time.
I do like that they're kind of stacking Killjoy and Raze onto the same site because if they try to execute that, they have a lot of utilities to be
yep, they
used
have a
to
lot of-
deny the
yep.
push. Some mollies, some nades, some Roomba bot. And there we see the bot coming in, not
But
really spotting
not
anyone
getting
yet.
any info, so they may be. Yep. See, KJ has now been pushed out to the other side, to B side. Now, yep, 30 seconds on the clock. One gets a kill.
30 seconds left.
Whoever gets a kill. Sorry, I'm not him getting a kill. Kevin, 20 seconds, trades back out, gets a kill. Alright, they got in C side. Just it's a 4v3 situation. Two of them have ult. KJ does still have her ult. Reina does actually ult
Placing
now.
swarm grenade.
You should run.
Ooh, KJ does activate her ult. Mirror.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, Top G Psycho with that 3K. I love it. Oh, a bit of toxicity. I like this.
That was nice. That was
Match
nice. Like
point.
the quick flicks by Top G Psycho. I mean, we know that he's aggressive, and I think with that level of aggression, he's just adapted to be able to flick very fast. As we can see here, nice clean headshots on the replay by Top G Psycho. I guess at the very least, even though he was a bit lacking in the facet of like clearing corners, but his flicks are just on point. I guess that's just what you get when you play fast a lot of the time. Able to react just in time for all the kills that you need, especially if they're in your zone. You know, like the crosshair very close by, not that far. Doesn't have to flick that much,
Doesn't have
but
to
you know,
click
it's
that
just
much. All you have
accurate.
to do is just aim, click, and you're done. Just click that head. All right, one more round for Taka and friends. Can they clutch this out and win and then get into the grand finals?
Yeah.
Let's see this round. Oh, a great trade from Kurema. Gets that kill on Femto, but gets traded up by Jan Z. Mirror is holding up. Gets that kill. Oh, but he
Spike
does get traded
down.
up by Psycho again. Psycho does have his ult up. Will he activate it before planting? He doesn't, but he goes for the fire.
Placing swarm
Line it
grenade.
up C. It's still a
I've
3v3.
got your
Okay,
trail.
he does activate his ult now. Oyenganas has Omen has actually CC'd all the way back.
Oh, he denied the he canceled the ult because he would.
Satchel out.
It's a 2v2 situation.
Last player standing.
1v1.
One enemy
If
remaining.
you clutch this back out, it's still not dead. The game's not dead.
It's not
It's
over
still
yet,
alive.
So, yeah, Oyenganas is trying to keep the dream alive.
Trying to keep the dream alive. They're trying to bring this back to one-on-one aggregate. But they still have to win this next round. However, the economy looking a bit rough. You can see that Femto's going for a Bulldog play. Ayman is going for a Spectre buy, as I don't think he has enough even for a Bulldog, so he has to sort of make do with the Spectre. However, I think I'm not him to buy for him with the Bulldog, and as I said, he does get that buy
Placing
for him.
sentry.
All right.
So you can see, in
Oyenganas-
terms of weaponry, Saki and friends still do have the upper hand,
Yeah.
but anything can happen.
Anything can happen. I mean, util-wise, you see that Taka and Friends also has a Raze ult online, so if they're going fast, they might be able to do it. There's no one actually defending C side.
All here, you can see a little all, maybe not, but you get C-side just for free.
So this is not really, all or nothing.
Yep.
And oh my god, the four-man flank coming in gets
They do
picked
get
off by Mir.
Gets that one kill. They still have
Satchel out.
I might just get
Last player
It's a
standing.
1v3 situation. Taki and friends do have to win this clutches out, so he wins this round, or else we're going into overtime. Taki and
One
friends.
less.
Top G Psycho does get that kill. He gets the flag. He gets another kill.
Oh my god! Top G Psycho!
Clutches it for the team!
Clutch.
And Taki and friends have won,
Don't
and now
even
are pushed
try.
up into
Just
the
leave
grand
me
finals.
Clutch Salah, clutch Salah. So, all right, guys, that was an amazing round. Oh my God, Top G Cycle with the clean headshots, as we saw a repeat of what happened before, but in a higher stakes situation. And now we are seeing Taki and friends moving on to the grand finals, and we will see going up against SLTX is ONG.
Ganas.
Now let's talk about like the impact of that game. I mean, we talk about how Kurema is aggressive. We talk about Top G Psycho.
Top G
I mean,
Psycho,
he
yeah.
has some flaws, but he also has other things to back it up.
Yep.
But let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Imanator.
Imanator, his especially his aggressiveness early on, playing as an attacker, that was a very, very amazing play. He easily was able to just enter site and then just get those kills out, support his team, and then come back for a easy round. Unfortunately, they were leading 7-5 right into the
Yeah, the
halftime.
first half. Yeah.
Then unfortunately, I don't know what happened, but they lost that lead, and then they were crawling back, trying to get that 12-12 so that they could push into overtime.
I guess I take it back because I mean I was saying how Taki and friends might have some issues with
Yeah.
attack,
With
but
that
actually
moment
they
play.
have like a slightly different
Yeah,
strategy.
think
I mean,
their strategy works well, especially with how they pushed it up for themselves. I think
Mhm.
their probably strategy was meant specifically just for them, like how they pushed it out, which is probably why they chose the Omen itself.
exactly. Maybe that's why they chose C.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that C was probably an easy entry for Omen, especially having only 2 choke points, which is C main and also Waterfall.
Mhm.
So I think that was the best position. Sorry, not C main, CT.
CT,
So-
yeah, CT and Waterfall. That's
Yeah.
the only thing
Yeah,
that they need to smoke.
So I think that's probably the reason why they were able to actually sort of push into C
Yeah.
very easily consistently every round.
Yeah, they have raised util to try
Yep.
clear some corners,
Yep.
some sky flashes to
Yep.
make things easier,
Uh-huh.
and that's how they overwhelm. I mean,
They
if you
also-
look at it, half of the time when they're trying to execute C,
Mhm.
there wasn't even anyone
Exactly. Usually, because I felt that the enemy team, Oyenganas' defense on C were oftentimes just rotating, over-rotating way too early, way too quickly, therefore leaving side just for them up for grabs. And as a result, even especially like the last round, they just left C open.
there.
C
Mhm.
was just left open. They just full rotated from A all the way to C. I think that, especially since they should have known that the tactics that Taka and friends would usually have, which is just rushing C.
Mhm.
They should have had like that 4-man stack up on C rather to try and negate that, because if in the result that they do push A, at least C is still safer. Because playing on A is, in my opinion, compared to C, is a lot harder as an attacker, whereas because you have a lot of choke points.
Yeah.
You have heaven, you have drop, then you have stairs. You have 3 positions to actually push in, especially with an Omen.
Yeah. Huh?
So I felt that if they took that into consideration, they should have been able to sort of at least just have a 4-man on C, or have 3 people, but that third person, like for example, we saw during the games, oftentimes before when they were delayed, like that delay push onto C side,
Mhm.
KJ was or like over time like pushing or like trying to rotate or B side. By the time that one time they pushed back to B side, they already like aggressed into C side, therefore losing their footing on site, rather having 3 defenders becoming 2 defenders.
Yeah, I see that, and we also see the different approach in attack. Because, for example, we talked about how Taki and friends had this unique setup and approach to attacking C side, but we technically also see how Oyenganas used a very different team composition, and they use that differently in taking over A side.
Agreed.
I mean, to less degree of success compared to Taki and friends on C side, but still quite a nice approach. But I think it's just not as polished, if
Yeah.
I may. Like Taki and friends strats,
It was
very
a bit-
nice.
It was a bit like how do you say it? Oyenganas' tactics were early on. They were very, very good, but then I think something happened between the way that they sort of held sight. It was a bit of a risky play. Oftentimes, especially like with that last round, it was again very risky. They decided to force stack A when they know that they had more consistent losses on the C side. So
They should have adjusted.
yeah, they should have
accordingly.
adjusted accordingly.
I mean, they did a bit. Like they let go of B more often,
Yeah.
closer to the
Correct.
end, because they wanted to focus the defending power onto C side.
on A and C.
But unfortunately, just wasn't enough.
It just wasn't enough. Well, there you have it. Taki and friends do push up into the grand finals. Unfortunately, Oyenganas is
It's going on to the lower bracket
lower
finals.
bracket finals against
SLTX.
SLTX.
Yeah, I'm not sure if how SLTX plays, so we will have to see.
we will have to see as
Because
well.
I think that the only reason why Oyenganas kind of lost is because of the difference in strategy. But maybe it would be best if Oinganas, would take some notes on like what we've analyzed in their gameplay. But who knows? Maybe their current gameplay is enough to take down
Because
SLTX.
If you see it, like the scoreboard wise, like the KDA was like average around the team. It was very equal. It was like it wasn't that bad between both teams. So I don't think it's more of a matter of getting that kills. Just I think better of strategy wise, how they should have planned out, like especially just based on like the enemy team's thought process. I think they should have been able to sort of make connections between what was the best play for that current round.
Right,
time to
right.
play.
All right, so I guess we will now be taking a break. We will be ending this stream, and we will be seeing you guys again later tonight, when we see ONG versus SLTX. So without further ado, I think that will be it from us today. I'm Saiful,
And I'm Shami.
and we will see you again tonight.
See ya.